Okay, welcome back to another episode of Watch Me Edit Bad AI Writing. Today, I am going to try something new where I'm recording myself on my phone and screen recording so you guys can see both. So, my prompt this time was write a 3-paragraph story about Ruth Bader Ginsburg as a vampire slayer. Let's see what AI did. Okay. It says, in the heart of Washington, D.C., where the weight of legal briefs and constitutional debates normally reign supreme, Ruth Bader Ginsburg led a secret double life as a vampire slayer. Dun, dun, dun! Underneath her dignified robes, and with the precision of a legal brief, she wielded a silver stake and a collection of enchanted tomes passed down through generations of secret defenders. The quiet halls of the Supreme Court masked the true battleground where Ginsburg faced creatures of the night, fighting against the encroaching darkness that threatened to undermine the very principles she held dear. Each night, Ruth, equipped with her sharp intellect and even sharper sense of justice, would dive into the shadowy corners of the city. She moved with the grace of a practiced ballerina, using her understanding of the law to unravel the intricate rituals and dark pacts that sustained the vampires. Her arguments were not limited to the courtroom. They extended to supernatural confrontations, where she debated the rights of humanity against the ancient evils that sought to enslave it. Her perseverance and commitment to justice were not just abstract principles, but practical tools in her nightly battles. In the rare moments of rest, Ruth would return to her chambers, her fierce resolve softened by the comfort of her books and the quietude of her chambers. The legal texts and scholarly articles she cherished became her shield and sword in the relentless fight against the forces of darkness. Though she never sought recognition for her nocturnal heroics, the city remained safe under the protection of its hidden guardian. Ruth Bader Ginsburg's legacy was not only that of a trailblazing jurist, but also that of a vigilant protector against the forces that sought to erode the very fabric of justice she so tirelessly defended. Snooze! There's no action in this. There's no relationships in this. So let's start at the beginning. In the heart of Washington, D.C., where the weight of legal briefs and constitutional debates reigned supreme, Ruth Bader Ginsburg led a secret double life as a vampire slayer. Okay. I would say to this, why not show the reader a slice of life in RBG's world? Show the reader, there we go, I'll get it, show us that she's a vampire slayer, rather than telling us. For instance, put her in the middle of a vampire slaying scene. So, I don't know, you could say something like, she looked at her shoulder and realized she had been cut on the brick wall. Now's not the time for blood. And this is so bad. Right, and doing this on the spot is hilarious. You could say something like, the vampire's cold fingers wrapped around her neck as it shoved her down into the brick of the cobblestone walkway. She could smell the essence of death all around her, but particularly coming from Jarlulis, I'm making up a vampire name, as he sneered in her face. This was the moment he'd been waiting for 300 years. But Ruth Bader Ginsburg had a trick up her sleeve. She took the law, what kind of law book would she carry everywhere? She took some law book out of her sleeve, where she had cut out a hole for an ancient dagger. As she was losing consciousness, she grabbed the book, opened it up, quickly grabbed the dagger, and plunged it into the side of the vampire's neck. This was the end of a 300-year battle, but it was just the beginning of her battles in the Supreme Court. Something like that. That was very clunky. I'm sorry, I'm not used to speaking out loud my stories as I come up with them. My fingers work faster than my mouth and my brain, obviously. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna move on. Underneath her dignified robes and with the precision of a legal brief, I can speak. Underneath her dignified robes with the precision of a legal brief, she wielded a silver stake and a collection of enchanted tomes passed down through generations. Is it tomes? I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Passed down through generations of secret defenders. The quiet halls of the Supreme Court masked the true battleground where Ginsburg faced creatures of the night. Again, I think we've got to show these battles. Show a battle. We need action. Especially with the title Ruth Bader Ginsburg as a vampire slayer. Yeah, so it talks about her diving into the shadowy corners of the city, but we don't see what happens when she does, so let's follow her there. This is just a lot of exposition. It's boring. So let's see. Move with the grace of a practiced ballerina. I mean, okay, I guess, but it's a little. I don't know. I think you could go with something stronger there. Play with opposites. Play with opposites. A petite woman is often compared to a ballerina. What if she stormed through alleyways like a bull or something? Okay. Yeah, her arguments were not limited to the courtroom. It would be great if we saw some relationship here. She's just all by herself slaying these vampires. That's gotta be pretty lonely and also kind of boring because we need to see how this main character relates to other characters. So this is an issue I see a lot actually with AI, is that it is very individual focused, and that's just not an exciting story to read. In her rare moments of rest, Ruth would return to her chambers, her fierce resolve softened by the comfort of her books and the quietude of her chambers. Well, you use the word chambers twice in this sentence. Diversify your language. You don't use the same word twice in a sentence if you can help it. I'm not going to say that to AI because AI doesn't care. Okay, yes. Legal text and scholarly articles she cherished became her shield and sword. Now that could be interesting. What if those legal books were actually a shield? Let's see her use them. Use her legal books as a shield. Her texts as weapons. That would be interesting to see. Okay, against the forces of darkness, though she never sought recognition for her nocturnal heroics, the city remained safe under the protection. What is she, Batman? Come on! Like, we can do better than this. Okay, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and nothing against Batman. If you're listening, I'm a big fan of your work. But for this fictional story, I think we could do better than that. And why wouldn't she? Maybe give her some character flaws, give her some hubris, Maybe she was mad that she never got recognized for saving the city. So yeah, let's give her some character flaws, some internal struggles, tension, conflict. Let's see her in her complexity. And I know it's hard for a lot of people to do that when they're writing about women characters. There's a lot about our heaving bosoms, but not a lot about our internal struggle. So I'm just telling you, anybody who's writing women characters, let's think about what's going on in here, maybe in their hearts, as well as their heaving bosom. You know, I'm a fan of heaving bosoms. If you want to put in a good heaving bosom, go right ahead. No, it's been done a bajillion times, but still, you want to add some complexity, some depth, and some conflict and some tension. And there's no, this is completely devoid of conflict, tension, character flaws, relationships, or action. So I would say, all in all, those are the things that you want to make sure, well, that a good story has. A good story has all of those things. Oh, and there's no dialogue. Yeah, we need some dialogue too. So I'm going to say we could use a little dialogue. Yeah, it's hard to have dialogue, though, when you only have one character in your story and they don't have a relationship with anybody else. Yeah, so that is my episode of Watch Me Edit Bad AI Writing. Writers, editors, if you found this helpful at all, just leave a comment and let me know. And I'm taking suggestions for the next AI prompt, so leave those in the comments as well. Thanks for watching.